Hey, what's going on? We on our way headed to a church in Wilson. I'm on the church fan, but I didn't get to do my devotional, so I'm still sharing with y'all. We got about an hour and 20-minute ride to go to Wilson, so we just vibing. Where my wisdom has its limits, where my vision's blurred. Hey, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Master when I should just yield it all. But when I finally surrender, when I finally let go, I ain't gonna be when my phone. Gotta have that battery right. You take my count to 5. Then say I'm alive. And you dry away my tears. Because sometimes you gotta remind yourself, okay, I'm alive. I texted me today, they said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm alive. I didn't say nothing else. There's bumps and bruises. There's ups and downs. Count to 5. Guess what? Pick yourself. Shake yourself. Hey, you still here. Look at you looking all right to me. Hey. Uh-oh. Look pretty good to me. Look all right to me. Thank God we don't have to look like what we've been. See what I'm saying? So count to 5. Yes, sir. I'm on my way to church. When I get there, listen, I was praising God all day. I was talking to the Lord all day. I get happy in my spirit just when I think about what the Lord has done for me. So I gotta keep this devotional because I always do this. Yeah, but I've been trying to do it every day. But there's obstacles that'll come against me so that I won't do it. So I won't give it to you. And I know somebody wants to hear it. I know somebody wants to hear the devotional. Hold on one second. Yeah, I brought the book. I brought it. I brought it. I got it. Oh, little bumpy road. I got it. Let me see. Paper in there. Oh, get myself my butt on the between. In between. I got the devotional for you. I pray you had a wonderful day. Count the 5. I don't know what the topic is, but count the 5 and just say, thank God I'm alive. Somebody didn't make you. Somebody not doing so well. But even though you might be down and out, even though you might be waiting on a change, even though you might be going through something, count to 5 and say, I thank God I'm alive. Okay, so I got the devotion. Yesterday we talked about the creator of the universe. Let's see what today says. Make sure I got the right page. Boom. It says, although self-sufficiency is acclaimed in the world, reliance on me produces abundant living in my kingdom. We have to rely on God every single day. God, I need you. I needed you yesterday. I needed you 2 weeks ago. I need you right now. I can't do anything without you. Self-sufficiency is something that is acclaimed in the world. But when you rely on God and you realize I can't do everything, come on here. I can't solve every problem. I can't carry all this weight. I can't everybody come to you trying to fix and answer their issues. I can't do that. I have to rely on God. It says reliance on me. This is God speaking produces abundant living in my kingdom. And he wants us to live an abundant life. So then it says, Dear Jesus, walking to the world's tempo is tempting at times. The desire to blend in can be both subtle and powerful. There's a desire to try to blend in with everybody else, but I was talking about it yesterday, but we are a peculiar, we don't fit in. We don't blend in. Used to be when I was younger, I wanted to try to fit in and I wanted to be accepted. When I got to know who Jesus was, I learned that I don't fit in, and I'm not going to try to fit in. The Bible calls us a chosen generation and a royal priesthood, and we're to be set apart so we don't fit in. So sometimes it's a desire to try to fit in, to try to blend in, but it's not so. We'll never fit in. Once we tasted of God, you can never go back to being the way that it was. So self sufficiency is certainly promoted in the world, sometimes to the point of self defecation. Though I don't really want to be self sufficient, I sometimes find myself trying to appear to be. I try to appear as if I am. I know better. I have discovered that depending on you is the way to live more abundantly. Whenever I face difficult situations, I am grateful I can rely on you to help me. Teach me to depend on you more and more. But there's so much that's being said in there. Because we want to walk to the world's tempo. We want to do what we see everybody else doing. It worked for one person, so we want to try it and see if it works for us. But we are not like the world. We are not to try to fit in because we're different. We're different, right? It says, teach me to depend on you more and more. Beloved, the first thing you must deal with is being overly concerned about appearance. Remember that I look at your heart, not your outward appearance. What is most important to me should also be most important to you. Resist the desire to look good and blend in with the world. Recognize that most people who appear self sufficient are actually struggling deeply. Many are even dependent on harmful substances. Come on here to help them keep up appearances. So let me explain something to you. When just because you look at somebody and it looks like they got it all together, come on, a look is just a look. But you want to have this thing from the inside out. Just because somebody looks like they're doing good, just because somebody looks like they're making it's their struggle. There's a deep struggle with it. And the only way you can have real peace and the only way you can really be free is to be totally dependent on God. Not it's not about a look. Because I can look like I'm doing okay. I can look like I got it together, but on the inside I'm crumbling apart. So it's important for me not just the look. Recognize that most people who appear self-sufficient are actually struggling deeply. Many are even dependent on harmful substances to help them keep up appearance. It says, resist the desire to look good and blend in with the world. It's a desire there for the flesh. It feels good to fit in. It feels good to be accepted. But what I had to come to understand is I can't worry about people. You gotta love and accept me for who God made me to be. I can't put on a show. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm just trying to please God, right? So it says reliance on me results in abundant living because it is the way I designed you to live. I created people to be dependent on me. The essence of Adam and Eve's first sin was their desire to be like God and thus capable of living independently. Ever since then, depending on me continually has gone against the grain of human nature. Notice I said continually. It's a continual thing. You don't depend on him one day, then as soon as he answered that, or as soon as he fixed that, you don't need him no more for a while. But I'm talking about every breath that you breathe. I'm talking about every ache, every pain, every heartbreak, every situation, every big decision you got to make. All of this, you depend continually on God. You depend continually. It's the way, listen, this is the way I want you to, he wants you to be continually with that thing. This is the way I want you to rely on me. Depending on me in difficult circumstances is a good start. However, the more frequently you look to me for help, the more you will find me faithful. Keep on looking to Jesus. It said, look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Because all of my help coming from the Lord. Not a piece of it. not some of it. It's somebody on today. You may have people you can depend on. You may have people that are shaky, but you can always depend on Jesus. And it says, continual. This is the way I want you to rely on me. Depending on me in difficult circumstances is a good start. However, the more frequently you look to me for help, the more you will find me faithful. I sustain you moment by moment. So there is never a time when you don't need me. Awareness of your neediness is actually a rich blessing, connecting you to me and my abundant supply. God has an abundant supply that never runs out, right? And he says, listen, I need you to do this thing. I need you to talk to me. I need you to have a relationship with me. I need you to depend on me continually, not only when things are going through it, when you got enough money to cover your bills. But you to I need you to rely on me like water to dehydrate him. That's what God says. Or the Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That's 1 Samuel 16:7. The next one says, you would not surely die. The serpent said, you will be like God, knowing good and evil. That's Genesis 3:4 and 5. And the enemy has tricked many of us. And he's cunning. He'll play on your mind and your thoughts and say, oh, no, it's not like that. He'll try to manipulate you, right? That's what he did with Eve. He said, oh, you ain't gonna die. It says, I have set the Lord, David said this, I have set the Lord continually before me because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. In Psalm 16:8. And that's your devotional for today. Although self-sufficiency is acclaimed in the world, us people that got good, godly sense and wisdom and that understand spiritual things, we understand that we don't do anything on our own. Nothing would be accomplished if it was left up to us. There's not an I, but it's all because of him. And it says, although self-sufficiency is acclaimed in the world, reliance on me produces abundant living in my kingdom. So if you want to have an abundant life, if you want to have an abundant life, if you want to live for abundant, then you got to rely on God. Not your mama, not your daddy, not people, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your wife, not even even though we have our pastor, well, not even the leaders, but you got to have your own personal relationship with him where you talk to him and say, God, I trust you. God, I believe what your word says. You got to begin to establish things. You got to read his word, right? He says, if you abide in me, I'll abide in you. He wants to live in us, right? We live in him. We do the things that draw us closer to him because times only get rougher. We don't know what's going to happen in the next moment, in the next day, right? Not on him. There are bound